Hello, we're here today with Simon. Now, Simon, as you know, was directing Everyman production of Blackadder in 2020, and of course now it's been put to 2021. So hello, Simon.
Hello, Kate.
Hello. Right, so how long have you been directing productions?
Gosh, now, probably since, I probably did some at university, so we're going back to the early 80s,
Wow.
really, when I first started, and I didn't do many at first, but I've just got more and more the older I've got, really. So yeah, it's been a long time.
Wow. So how long have you been directing for Everyman?
Oh, Everyman. Well, I trained as an actor first, and once I'd finished with that and I came back to Cardiff to live, people started asking me to direct things in a sort of, you've done a bit of theatre, how would you like to direct something sort of way? And I did a couple of things with some local groups initially. Cardiff Little Theatre was one of them. And then Everyman asked me to do Bouncers and Shakers in 1997. Yes, 1997, that's right. So that was when I first worked with Everyman, yeah. And shortly after that, I sort of drifted into helping out directing with some of the festivals. So it all started there, really.
All right. So when did you realise that you wanted to become a director?
I don't think I ever realised in that way. As I say, you just sort of wake up one morning thinking, actually, I'm directing more than I'm acting now. So, and I enjoyed it. So I thought I'll go and sort of train. So I went and I did a postgraduate in directing in London. That was, gosh, early 2000, 2003, I think, somewhere around there. So when but I'd already directed a couple of festivals for Everyman by the time that had happened. So it was when I came back from there and I'd done work elsewhere. I'd worked in London, I'd done some regional repertory theatre and odds and sods like that. And then Everyman asked me back to do the festival in 2009. And gosh, I think Blackadder was going to be my 15th show.
Oh, wow. So you've done a lot of productions, haven't you?
Yeah, I have a bit, haven't I? Yeah.
So did you act before you were directing?
Yes, I trained in Bristol. Again, would have been in the early 90s. And that was fun. And I did the rounds and I did a bit and I did tours and did odds and ends of TV. Things that we all do, those of us who train in it, been on Casualty a number of times, etc., etc. But so yeah, I did that. And in fact, even before that, I'd acted with Everyman. One of the first things I did with Everyman was actually the festival in 1988 when we did Midsummer Night's Dream at Dufferin. So that was my first contact with Everyman was as an actor. Yeah.
So I suspect you know a lot of Everyman members from that long ago as well.
Yes, I do. I have been friends and colleagues with members of Everyman for since then, 30 plus years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what was your favourite role and why when you were acting?
Oh gosh, I mean, I remember two things really. I remember going on tour a lot. I used to love touring. That was great fun, and I toured with a couple of things. I did a dreadful old thriller once. The name escapes me right now, and I always remember I only had one scene in the second half. In fact, I was an actor ASM, for those who knows what I mean. So I was part actor and I was part on the stage management team, and then I used to come on, do some acting, chew the furniture up a bit. If I was lucky, I'd get an exit applause, which used to annoy everybody else on stage who'd been working hard for the last 90 minutes. So I remember doing that. That was my first tour away, which was a great thrill. But actually, yes, no, I worked with Orbit once when we did Producers, gosh, 10 more years ago now. So that was fun because that was working with Richard Tunley and Rob Thorne, who do the musical for the festival, and I played Leo in the Producers, and that was a great time. That was a golden week. So there's a couple of my favourite moments.
Yeah, great production. I actually saw it. So what about your pastimes? You know, what do you do when you're not directing, Simon? What do you do?
Well, directing's only part of it, because those who can spend all their time directing are lucky. So I teach when I don't, and I work at one of the local colleges, and I pretty much work, almost full time there, um, a lot of the time. And so that, plus when you're in a show, and doesn't give you much time to do anything else. So I like me movies. I like putting my feet up with a decent movie, and chilling in that way. Yeah.
All right. So have you got a favourite movie that you like to watch?
Sort of depends what sort of mood I'm in. If I need cheering up, which is happening a lot at the moment, let's see, Some Like It Hot,
Good choice.
Curtis, Jack Lemmon, Singing in the Rain. That's
Nice.
That's my go-to if I need cheering up.
Good. So, thinking about rain and showers, when you're actually in the shower, is there a particular song that you like to sing when you're ever?
You know what? I know you're not going to believe this, and I know you'll probably think I'm making an excuse, but I've never sung in the shower in my life.
No.
And anyone who's shared a house with me over the years or wherever will know that. In fact, I've been in a few musicals, and I don't even rehearse songs in the shower. I never sing in the shower. So no, I don't do that. If I'm working on songs, I tend to sort of do it very quietly in headphones. I certainly don't sing in the shower.
Well, you could always do Singing in the Rain, I suppose.
Yes, that would be very appropriate, yes.